Before I get into the topic of this video, I want to tell you all something. Please don't skip. Are you tired of Bethesda not releasing things the fans want in a Fallout game, choosing to release garbage, and then they get mad at the fans when they rightfully criticize them for calling their game a piece of garbage? But do you also want to go back to the good old days? A time when Bethesda didn't have the ability to screw the fans with a terrible Fallout game. But do you also want to see it in a new, modern form, that being a first-person shooter RPG? Well then, you're in luck. I present to you Project Arroyo, a mod for Fallout 4 that recreates all of Fallout 2 into a first-person shooter RPG in Fallout 4's engine. Right now you are seeing things they have made so far. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. So beautiful. Anyways, the mod is not done yet, but if you want to see their progress, go check out their YouTube channel, their Twitter, and go to their Discord because they show what they're working on. Links are in the description. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. In addition, if you want to help out and volunteer with the project, well, you're in luck because they are looking for volunteers to help with the project. They are looking for programmers, 3D artists, 2D artists, and much more positions to help the project. You must be at least 16 years old or older to apply. Link in the description to the application form. If you want to see this project fully made, go support Project Arroyo now. Do it now.
What is wrong with you?
I think it's no secret for me to say that I'm a fan of the Fallout franchise. Now, out of these 5 great games...
Wait, you forgot about the other Fallout game.
Shut the fuck up! Also, you shut the fuck up!
Anyways, out of these 5 games, I'd say that Fallout 2 is the best one because of its main quest, side quest, setting, stories, and characters, which are epic. However, sadly, due to the age of the game, it's either very hard to play it on a modern PC, or people just don't want to play it due to the isometric view, graphics, and turn-based combat, which I can understand why. I mean, come on, what's better, this or this? So because I like Fallout 2, not that many people have played it in my audience, and because I want Project Arroyo to succeed, I figured that I would go over the main quest of Fallout 2 to get you guys hyped for Project Arroyo. Now if you want to wait until the mod comes out or you just want to play the game, I suggest you click off now because I'm going to go over some heavy spoilers. Oh yeah, by the way, this is not my gameplay because fuck man, do you need a better computer than mine to play this and record it? There will be a link in the description to the channel. Alright, with that out of the way, let's jump into this. We start off the game by seeing some Vault Tech propaganda telling us how to leave the vault. After that's over, the vault residents prepare to leave the vault to live a life out in the wasteland. But right after they open the door, they are met by the Enclave. And if you don't know, the Enclave is the former United States government. However, like Redditors trying to fight with an entire 4chan board, it does not end well. The game then cuts to a narrator catching us up on the events that led us here. Now I would show you the narrator, but I'm just going to give you the shorter version because it's very long. Basically, after the events of the first Fallout game, instead of killing the Overseer, the Vault Dweller from Fallout 1 wandered into the wasteland and eventually found some other Vault Dwellers, and then he founded the village of Arroyo. Now you don't play as the original Vault Dweller because he's super fucking dead. After that narration, we are then introduced to the elder of the village, who is also your mom. Sorry, meant to say cool mom. After you're done being introduced to her, you are supposed to go in this weird cave, but it's not a cave, it's a temple. And I know what you're thinking, no, you are not all of a sudden playing Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider has certain features. You are in the Temple of Trials, and the reason why you are in it is because you have to pass it and prove yourself worthy of being the chosen one to save your tribe. After you complete the Temple of Trials, I mean, of course you complete it. There's no way you could die during the game's tutorial.
You have died. Your quest to find the Garden of Eden and return it to your village.
Okay, never mind. When you're done, you meet the cool elder, who tells you to go to Vault 13 to try and find a GECK. The Get E-Girls Chlamydia Kit. The Garden of Eden Creation Kit, a device that can transform an entire radioactive wasteland into a habitable area so the village can be saved from the drought it's going through. Wow, there can be droughts in California? I always thought that if it were hot, it would look more like this. Oh wait, that's when there's a gender reveal. She says that the best way to find the vault is to find a trader named Vic, who gave your tribe a flask that came from Vault 13, so he probably knows where it is. You then have to meet with Hakunen, a shaman who will update you on the state of the village via telepathy. Once you're done talking to Hakunen, you must leave Arroyo in your grandpa's Vault 13 jumpsuit to find the Gek from Vault 13. Our first objective to finding the vault is to go to Klamath. Heading to Klamath, you can encounter many dangers along the way, such as geckos. Once in Klamath, you discover that Vic is not there, just his shack. But instead of finding Vic, you can get a companion named Sulik, a tribal who likes to talk about his grandpa's bone in his nose, and the spirits. In addition, you can also find Verteber. Talking to the people of Klamath, we can learn of a place called the Den. Heading over to the Den, we can encounter one of the best antagonists in all of Fallout games, Frank Horrigan. You're probably thinking, what's so scary about a guy named Frank? This is Frank Horrigan, a soldier for the Enclave, which was exposed to FEV and experimented on by the Enclave to the point where he became a more advanced super mutant. Double the strength, double the height. Like, seriously, guys, he is a big motherfucker. Hell, I'm pretty sure he's bigger than... Nah, I was gonna say he's bigger than Ninja's ego, but nothing's bigger than that. Oh, then that means he's probably double the stupid. Well, wrong. No, he's actually more intelligent because of the FEV. And he's also encased in power armor too. So have fun with that. You come to a slum where people are coughing, crying in pain, and wandering around aimlessly. So basically San Francisco without all the meth needles on the sidewalk. While we are in the den, we can find the Highwayman, a car you can use to travel around the wasteland if you can repair it. In addition to the car, we can also find Vic in the den, but he was captured by slavers, and the only way to get him out is to pay $1,000, and he also has to fix a radio. Once we get Vic out of that mess, he tells us that he doesn't know where Vault 13 is, but he says we should try looking in Vault City, where he found the canteen from another trader, and also they might have the location in their database. When you arrive to Vault City, you come to realize that it's a city run by the elites. I mean, for God's sakes, they separate the outsiders from the city residents. Huh, sounds like LA. The best way to get into Vault City is to just put on your Vault 13 jumpsuit because they'll think you're from another vault. Once the guard lets you in, he tells you to go see the first citizen of Vault City. But because she's a massive bitch, let's go explore a little bit. And when you do explore Vault City, everybody treats you like crap because you're not a citizen of Vault City. And the only way to become a citizen is to either take a test for citizenship, which is very hard because all tests are hard, or go to see First Citizen, who will give you a quest to go find a way to fix the problem with the nuclear power plants at Gecko, a town full of ghouls, as she puts them.
I don't like him. Nothing personal, it's just a cultural thing.
Because their broken power plant is leaking radiation into Vault City's water supply. I suggest you pick the one that involves you going to Gecko, only because of this one interaction.
Enclave here. Why isn't your video feed working? Who the hell is this? Try the gain. Well, your unit still doesn't appear to be operational, pal. Who is this? Try the gain. That didn't make a damn bit of difference. I'm still not getting a damn thing. Who are you? Ain't it the truth? Just don't let anyone who's got the president's ear hear that. You'll be making cattle runs to New Reno till the end of time, pal. Yeah, you know how unhappy he gets when people complain. He takes it personal, like it's a loyalty thing. Maybe that just goes with being the president of the United States, or what's left of him. The President of the United fucking States of America. Who do you think I was talking about? Who the fuck? Who is it? What? I should kick your fucking ass. Who is this? Oh, you a wise guy, huh? Look, I'm tracing you right now, pal. See how smart you feel with internal security all over your freaking ass, dickhead. A few more more moments and I'll have your sorry ass in a sling. Hey, wait a minute. This can't be right. I've got you somewhere on the mainland. Well, whoever you are, I just dispatched a Verdi assault team to your location. Have a nice day. Usually they just go in shooting. They let someone else sift what was going on. Yeah, goodbye. Next news on you will be when I read the after-action report.
It's a pretty great interaction, 9 out of 10, but I would have preferred it if it went more like this.
Happy he gets when people complain. He takes it personal, like it's a loyalty thing. Maybe that just goes with being the president of the United States, or what's left of him.
Anyways, after picking a way to become citizen of Vault City, you can access Vault City's database, but sadly, no Vault 13 is in it. But you do find that there is a Vault 15. If you go to Vault 15, it's full of squatters outside of the vault who call this place Paris. Oh, sorry, I meant to say the squat. And also, the cons have been secretly living inside the vault, so yeah, it's fucking great. So now you have two options. Either go to the NCR to get the location of Vault 13, or you can go to Vault 15, but either way, you will still end up in the NCR, where they will want you to solve the issue they have with the squatters so they can take back their land. The reason why they see it as their land is because a lot of citizens of the NCR can trace their family roots back to Vault 15. And for fans of New Vegas, if you want to know what the NCR capital looks like, here it is. And despite the NCR being a country and their many achievements, they haven't made the achievement of having buildings that are above one floor. Moving on, once you solve the dispute between the squatters and the NCR, you can have access to Vault 15, and in Vault 15's database, you can find the location of Vault 13. Once you get the location of Vault 13, you can head there to get the GEC. However, once you get into Vault 13, you're met by a ton of death claws. But these aren't just any ordinary death claws. They are a species of intelligent death claws made by the Enclave to make sure no one gets in the vault to find out what the Enclave did to the residents of Vault 13. And what did they do? Well, you remember the intro sequence in the game? Yeah, those were the residents of Vault 13, and they got kidnapped by the Enclave, along with a ton of them being killed. The reason why they were kidnapped was because the Enclave wanted to perform some experiments on them. Experiments for what, you might ask? Well, we'll learn that later on. Now, even though these are death claws, murderous animals that could rip your head off in 1 second, they are intelligent death claws that can talk. And honestly, they might be smarter than some humans. Okay, definitely smarter than some humans that actually exist. And they are so intelligent to the point where they didn't see the point of harming anyone that came into the vault. Heck, they started inviting people to live in the vault. Point is, they're friendly. Despite their good nature, they won't let just anybody in. And you have a couple of options to get into the vault. You can either A, be a complete fucking moron and just start killing them, if you can even kill one, or B, you can help them by fixing a computer that they have. Because once you agree to help them, you don't even have to help them. You could just get the GEC and get out of Vault 13, but it's always best to help them. And also, if you do help them, you get a sweet Deathclaw companion, so yeah, I think you should help them. When you're done in Vault 13 and you have the GEC, you can finally go back to Arroyo, but once you exit the vault, Hakunin tells you that
Chosen, do you hear me? The village dies. All of our futures die too. We have little left in both time and essence. Hurry.
you have two options. Either A, say this to your village, basically.
Well, you know what? You can fuck off then, yeah? Get that out! Get it out!
Or B, rush the fuck over there to see what's going on. But because Arroyo's Arroyo, you gotta head there anyways. And when you arrive at Arroyo, you see that it is completely destroyed, all the people are gone, but the only person that is left is Hakunin. In his last words, he tells you that men with flying machines took everyone, and that they mentioned a place called Navarro, which is near the coast of San Francisco. After telling you this, Hakunin dies, and it looks like Hakunin did his last matata. Now, from what we can tell when it comes to what Hakunin said, our tribe was kidnapped by the Enclave. In addition to that, if you have a Deathclaw companion with you, Goris, I forgot to mention his name's Goris, from Vault 13, he will head back to his vault because he can sense that his pack is in danger. Once you go back to Vault 13, everyone is dead. The people, the Deathclaws, the eggs. When you go to check the security tapes in the vault, you can see who did this, and no shock, it was the Enclave that killed everyone. And if you didn't think Frank Horgan was terrifying enough, he can rip an entire Deathclaw's head off in ease. Let that sink in. Goris then tells you that our people could be at a different military base that the Enclave has. Now, when we get to this base, our people aren't there, nor are the Enclave. It's completely abandoned. In fact, the entrance is sealed shut. But we got dynamite, so we could just easily bus in there. Now, even though there is no Enclave, nor are there any people from our tribe here, we can find a clue as to what the Enclave is doing through holotapes, and one of them reveals that they are doing something with FEV from this military base, because this isn't no ordinary military base. This was the Mariposa military base from the first game. It was a place where someone called the Master made a lot of super mutants. Now, after we're done with the Mariposa military base, we can go to Navarro, but it's not a good idea just yet. You might want to buff up your character a bit. And also, the best way to get access to Navarro isn't just going in guns blazing. No, the best way is to go to San Francisco, where you can meet the Brotherhood of Steel, which will give you a mission to steal vertibird plans from Navarro by disguising yourself as an Enclave recruit. You also get to learn more about Navarro from them. The Brotherhood basically tells you that Navarro is just a vertibird refueling station, not their main HQ. Our tribe is not going to be here. It's heavily guarded, and a full-on assault is probably not the best idea. The Brotherhood wants these vertibird plans because the Enclave is more advanced than them, and if warfare were to break out between the Enclave and the Brotherhood, they want to have a way to even the score if they do get into conflict. And that's mainly all the Brotherhood is there for. That's all they do in the game. There's really not that much the Brotherhood does in this game because, I mean, what are they supposed to do? They can't police the wasteland because the Enclave is way more advanced than they are. Once you're done beefing up your character, or you're just done talking to the Brotherhood of Steel member and you want to head to Navarro to do that mission, you can head to Navarro, and when you arrive there, you encounter a guy in a robe named Chris, and you have to convince him that you're a new Enclave recruit. If you don't convince him, he'll reach into his robe and grab his big, long radio and call the Enclave to attack you. Now, if you do convince him, he'll give you the password to enter the base. Once you're in Navarro, you can find the vertibird plans, get the best power armor in the game, find the location of where the Enclave's main HQ is, and the ways of getting there, and the best thing of all that you can do in Navarro is get yelled at by Sergeant Dornett.
Where is your power armor?
I just love hearing him yell. Now, after we get out of Navarro, we learn that the Enclave's HQ is not on the continental United States, but that it is an oil rig located off the coast of San Francisco. And the only way to get there is to fly there via vertibird or by a ship in San Francisco called the BMV Valdez. And in fact, that ship is still in San Francisco, so you can go there right after reading that. However, the Enclave has made the ship completely inoperable, so in order to make it operational, you gotta find the parts to fix the ship. Now, you're probably thinking, man, this seems like a lot of work. Why can't I just make a raft or get a boat and sail there myself? Why do I gotta use this big rusted piece of shit? Well, that's because the Enclave has a defense mechanism where if it's not the BMV Valdez going near the Enclave oil rig or a vertibird, a defense mechanism will go off.
Well, couldn't I just fly a vertibird there?
No, you can't. In fact, the developers made it so you can't do that. So you have no choice but to use this big rusted ship. Anyways, once you got all the parts to fix the ship and you're done fixing it, you can... Did you think it would be that
Are you fucking kidding me?
easy? Even though you're done fixing the ship, it needs fuel. Now, the only way you're getting that fuel is if you do some work for the Shi in San Francisco. And once you earn their trust, you can get an audience with their emperor, who is a computer.
What? What the fuck?
Now, once the Emperor redirects the fuel, the ship sinks and everyone dies and your whole tribe dies virgins. You can use the ship to get to the oil rig, and the ship going to the oil rig is one of the coolest cutscenes in this game. when you get there, it's best to look at the terminal you see when you walk in because it will tell you a lot of important information, such as that you will need the presidential access key for a counterinsurgency protocol, that you must destroy the computer for the nuclear reactor in the oil rig because it will shut off the force fields that are keeping prisoners in cells, and that the Enclave is planning to release an airborne version of modified FEV to kill everyone with DNA corrupted by radiation. So basically everyone in the wasteland besides them and people in vaults. Going further into the rig, you can find your tribespeople and the residents of Vault 13 in prison cells. Moving on, you can meet with the leader of the Enclave, President, and I kid you not, this is his name, Dick Richardson. President Dick Richardson. Oh boy, no wonder he's a genocidal maniac. I can imagine the relentless bullying this kid went through. Anyways, Dick Richardson will want to talk to you, and once you're done talking with him, you gotta kill him for the presidential access key. And that's the only way you can get it, is by killing him. You can't pickpocket it off him, so yeah, you just gotta kill him. Well, I mean, look on the bright side. Even though you murdered a president, you ended the amount of suffering he was going through by having the name Dick Richardson. Once that's done, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to destroy the reactor's computer to free your tribespeople and the people of Vault 13. In addition to that, when you destroy the reactor's computer, it will cause their nuclear reactor to have a meltdown. When you're done destroying their computer, you gotta get the fuck out of there. While running like hell out of there, you can pick up a group of Enclave soldiers called EC Company along the way, because they don't want to die on this big oil rig. And you gotta deal with one more problem, and it's a big one. Frank Horrigan. And this is one of the hardest boss fights in the game, and if you were able to get EC Company and the presidential access key, it can make this fight a lot more easy.
What the fuck? I don't fucking know. Fuck! Stop!
Once he's dead, you gotta just get the fuck out of there. And once you're out of there, you can watch the oil rig get fucked. Finally, after your tribe and the residents of Vault 13 are back on the mainland, Arroyo goes onto building a great city with the Gek, and the end. Now there so much I did not go over in this video, and if you want to find out more about Fallout 2, then you can either play the game or wait for Project Arroyo to come out. I wish the people of Project Arroyo who are working on the mod the best of luck, and I hope you succeed in remaking Fallout 2. Alright guys, in conclusion, Fallout 2 is just an amazing game. Alright, I'm done now. I gotta go pack boxes for fucking moving.
Thank you to all the sexy Patreon members. If you want to be a Patreon member, you can donate. I'll leave a link in the description of my Patreon.